Hi, welcome to Today Matters. My name is Scotty James, and I'm one of the pastors here at Skyline Church. Today's devotional finds us in 2 Corinthians chapter 10, and we'll go through verses 3 and 4. Actually, 3 to 5. So we'll pick up in verse 3. It says, "For though we live in the world, we do not wage war as the world does. The weapons we fight with are not the weapons of this world. On the contrary, they have divine power to demolish strongholds." Let's pause there. So Paul is saying, though we live in the world, or though we live in this physical, natural state, there's a battle that's going on that's not physical or that's not natural. It's actually of a spiritual substance. And because of this, the weapons that we fight with are not physical and they're not natural. They're spiritual weapons. In fact, not only are they spiritual, they're powerful. They have the ability or the power to demolish strongholds, which are immovable objects in our life. Verse 5, "We demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God, and we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ." So now Paul talked about the spiritual battle, and now he's starting to hone in on where the spiritual battle is taking place. And it takes place on the platform of our minds. Satan understands that if he can get you to think improperly, he can also get you to live improperly. And that's where the spiritual battle is going on for many of us. Now, if I were to overly simplify it, these thoughts and these temptations and these ideologies that Satan throws at us and attempts to get us to live outside of God's will with, if I were to lump them into two categories, you could lump them into one, categories or thought processes that prevent you from coming into the faith, and two, thought processes that prevent you from growing up in the faith. Said differently, thoughts that, again, prevent you from receiving Christ, and thought processes that prevent you from becoming the man or woman that God created you to be. So thought processes that prevent you from coming to Christ. These are ideologies like evolutionary theories or false religions or universalism, which says that all roads lead to heaven. Those are certain thought processes from Satan that are contrary to God's plan, and he gets us to try to believe these things to, again, prevent us from coming into the faith. And when I say thought processes that prevent us from becoming all that God created us to be, these are thought patterns like insecurity, things like unworthiness, envy, fear, anxiousness, shame. All of these thoughts prevent us or aim to prevent us from becoming the man or the woman that God made us to be. And so these are very real thoughts, and these are very real battles that we go through, but the Bible teaches us that we can have victory in these things. We can have victory, and it's God's desire that we have victory, but how? Now, unfortunately, I'm out of time, so you'll have to tune in tomorrow to find out how.